What is going on, everybody? Welcome back again to the Super Hornet podcast. It's been a minute again. It's been a minute again. I know I did a March Madness episode with Jack Golke, uh, talking some college basketball, but I haven't done a Hornets episode since they turned their season around, basically. And wow, the Hornets just want to play in game. They just beat the Heat. I was in the arena. It was amazing. Beat the Heat in overtime. The greatest game I've ever attended in my entire life. Arguably one of the greatest games in Hornets history. I want to talk about that game. I want to talk about the season as a whole. We'll talk about the Magic coming up. So let's just get right into it. First off, as I did my last Hornets episode, just some overall news. I started working with Locked On Hornets. I'm producing the show for them. So grateful to Doug Branson and Walker Mail. They brought me on, and now most days I am in a slow screen. You can't see watching them record every episode, doing the stuff after, uploading the videos, cutting up clips, getting all the behind the scenes stuff done. So basically they record it and they're done with it and they hand it to me, and I'm the one who's hitting all the buttons afterwards. And just so grateful for them because I've been a fan of Locked On Hornets for a long time. They're part of the reason why I started doing this. I've had Doug and Walker were two of my first guests I ever had to talk about the Hornets and on the show, and now I'm working with them. So I'm so grateful for them. They're shouting the channel out a lot on their platforms and on Locked On, and it just means the world. And obviously, I was in every Hornets box score before, and I have the job of Sleeper Fantasy as well. And I've got 3 real sports jobs that are paying me real money right now, and I still work a day job. But once I figure one more sports job, I'm gonna be weighing about quitting my day job and focusing on sports stuff full time. And if that happens, I'm going to make a lot more content here to grow my own personal brand. But I just wanted to shout out you guys for being a good supporter for me, because if I didn't have support to start, I wouldn't be here now. And I know this has kind of not been as consistent now, but I do get stuff out all the time in other places. So just want to say I appreciate everybody who's watching. Appreciate Doug. Appreciate Walker. Especially Doug. Doug has just been like, I feel like he's just been a good mentor to me, and bringing me on for everyone's box score, and then me doing a good job there, and him trusting me with Locked On. I mean, he was the deciding factor. It was his idea to bring me on, and just much love to Doug and of course Walker as well. But enough about that. Let's talk about the Hornets, because oh my God, they're good. They're good. What happened? One more thing, actually. One more thing I want to say before we get going. This is not my normal setup. I noticed that I got my signed Muggsy jersey, a Hugo flag. This is like a 20. Oh, sorry, this is a 14 ish year. Oh, the focus is so bad. That's Knicks, Carmelo Anthony, Thunder, Kevin Durant, and then Heat, LeBron. That's from it's like a sign from the NBA store on Fifth Ave in New York City. Shout out to Willie the Hornet. He was moving, and I went out to March Madness. I stayed with Lee because he lived in Greenville. Not anymore. He moved to Charlotte. Shout out Lee. He's a big Hornets guy. But as he was moving, he had that, and he was going to throw it away. He offered it to me, and it's like the centerpiece of my wall. This is my new office. I moved to a house, like I said, and I got all my stuff up. It's still a work in progress, so I got to bring stuff over. I have some other signed jerseys, some of the jerseys I'm going to display. This is probably going to change. I'll probably move the Hugo, but I wanted the wall to be full for my first video, so had the flag. Got it at a game like a year and a half ago, so I thought I'd throw it up there too. Uh, Muggsy Bogues signed that shoe, got bobbleheads and the works. But I have an office. I'm moving to a house and I have my own office. So and again, I was living in a camper before. My computer desk sat in my living room, which was also my kitchen. I had no privacy. I have cats. I have a wonderful fiance who she works night shift as a nurse now. So it was hard to get stuff out and record stuff and not make too much noise. And now I'm in my own room. I got my own setup. I can talk to you guys and be excited. So that's like a life update, the first 4 minutes of this video. But now we're going to talk about the Hornets because, oh my God, actually, I want to check because I didn't look. I didn't look before I did this. When was the last time I uploaded a Super Hornet video? Because it's been a while. And I want to like, single deadline. November 26, 2025. November 26th. It was 2 days before Thanksgiving. Hornets record. November. We're just going to check the record real fast. The Hornets were. They just lost to the Knicks that game. Come on. That's not going to tell me. They weren't good. I'll tell you they weren't good. I mean, we know that for a fact. And I made a video about Kalkbrenner that did well, Sion James did well around that time. Like I said, life got pretty crazy. But we're here now. The Hornets were good last time I made a video. And Con Knipple, wow. LaMelo Ball played 73 games this year now with a playing game. Wow. Brandon Miller's been pretty healthy this year. Miles Bridges has been available. The Hornets got Coby White. I talked about that in a trade line video. Coby White, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Chef Jeff kiss, if you will. Wow. They got Coby White, who we're going to talk about his performance in the playing game. They turned their season around, dude. They were 4-14. They were 14-26, which is crazy to think about. 14-28, 14. They had not a lot of wins and a lot of losses. And they have been on a tear. That 3-point shooting has been ridiculous. Con 273 threes, I believe. LaMelo 272 are like is right there. Like they're one off of each other for the season, and then they get in that low 270s. Con led the NBA as a rookie in 3-point shooting. Not just rookies, he led the entire NBA in 3-point shooting. Ryan Kalkbrenner led all rookies in dunks and blocks. Sion James has been a amazing piece for the Hornets. Who's he's has a big. He was the first guy off the bench in the playing game. Not Coby White. It was Sion James. Moussa Diabate. I love Moose. I love my Moose so much. They weren't even doing this when I made my last Hornets video, but he's been incredible. Grant Williams is healthy now. Josh Green's healthy now, and Grant plays more minutes than Josh Green, but they've all, been a part of this. And I'm not forgetting anybody. Obviously, LaMelo. I'm gonna gush about LaMelo here in a minute. But wow, I'm gonna mention LaMelo being healthy, but Lord, they've been so good. They won a run here. They went like 30-9 to end the year or something like that. Like just a ridiculous stretch. Just they were on like a 60-win pace the second half of the season, like a 60-win pace. That's ridiculous. And now we're here. We're one win away from the first playoff appearance in 10 years. I'm a Panthers fan as well. I will put Panthers stuff up eventually. I went to the Panthers playoff game this year. So I was again the first time they've hosted a playoff game in 10 years. And just the atmosphere and Charlotte sports is incredible. I think I don't know if I ever actually did say the story on here, but the Panthers game I went to, I was in the upper decks and the floor, like the ground under me was moving multiple inches up and down, like flexing, which they're kind of designed to move a little bit, right? The crowd was moving, and the same thing with the playing game. I'm going to go and get the playing game. We're 8 minutes and 40 seconds into this video. I plan to make more videos, probably once a week. You will not have these long intros about me where I've been from now on. I promise. I'm pretty sure I promise. I'm pretty sure I promise. But the playing game, man. I was in attendance as a fan. I've been doing media most of the year. It's only my second game there as a fan, which is our third game there as a fan this whole season. So, it's been it was cool to just be able to cheer and be excited. And actually, I sat right in front of media row, so I wasn't even in a different spot. Like I was like just 2 foot lower than I usually am. Like I was the last row of the seats. I was backed up against the media row. So basically the same viewing experience. And while I was on the side that Coby White hit not just that game tying 3, but he had like that 3 is going to be remembered because that 3 is going to be remembered because it was, the clutch shot. But he that whole third quarter, he like went crazy. He was like 11 straight or something like that. He including like a buzzer beater 3 going into the fourth. And like they didn't show, if you weren't in the arena, you might not have seen it. After that, that last 3, there was stoppage of play because it was halftime. I mean, it was halftime. It was going to the fourth quarter. There was a Coby chant. People were going, Coby, Coby. The whole arena. It was loud. It was incredible. And it was so loud in there. It filled up so quick. NBA games specifically, like people show up late. The national anthem's going on. The seats aren't even halfway full. That arena was full early. You could just tell the vibes in there. Like there was just it was like a powder keg just waiting for a spark. and there was a lot of sparks that game. LaMelo didn't shoot very well, but LaMelo was so impactful everywhere else. He was the reason the offense was humming. He was scoring everywhere inside. He was setting up. Like Brandon had a really good game too, and I want to give Brandon his flowers. But a lot of what Brandon was doing was getting set up by LaMelo or by like LaMelo's gravity, which is amazing. He Brandon did have a little bit of stretch with Coby White on the floor, and I think just up front, when you watch a game on TV, I think you can break down what happens a little easier. Like when you're watching, I was watching a game from behind the basket. So I watch most basketball games, at least half the Hornets season, and more than that, because I don't go to every home game on like a broadcast view. I think you remember stuff better when you watch it on TV. At least I do, and I usually take notes doing every Hornets box score. So I have like, plus the adrenaline of that game. Like I might say something that might be a little inaccurate, so I apologize if that's the case. I think everything I've said so far is true. But if I say like a pass or somebody else, I apologize. I was in the arena. It was crazy. I was hugging strangers. I was by myself. You meet a bunch of strangers, and everyone's hugging each other and high fiving, and every big play is ridiculous, ridiculous. But Coby White goes on this run, and it's incredible. And Bam's out. The LaMelo situation, it sucks. I hate that Bam got hurt. Anybody be hurt. I see Franz Wagner might be hurt for the Magic games. We'll talk about that too. I don't wish injuries upon anybody. You got to play how you play. The Hornets have been plenty injured the last couple of years. Do I think LaMelo Ball is a dirty player? I do not. Do I think it was a dangerous play? I do. Do I think LaMelo was trying to take Bam out of the game? I do not. Do I think he grabbed him on purpose? I'm not too sure. I don't think he did. I think it was more people were showing these replays on like a quarter speed. You see LaMelo look over and then pull his arm at Bam's leg. I think he might have just been pulling his arms in because he's had surgery on that wrist a couple of times. I can't be sure. I can't be sure. The flagrant fine. The flagrant assessment after fine. It was a dangerous play. So that the definition of a flagrant. I don't think it would have been a flagrant 2 if they assessed it. And people are complaining they didn't stop the play. Spo was the one who made the call because Bam was down and the Heat got the ball. So the Heat went down and tried to take a shot. They turned the ball over, or then they didn't take a shot. I know that LaMelo has a run-out dunk after, and then they call timeout after LaMelo dunk. So like the Heat had the time to call timeout, and then they could have reviewed it, but they didn't. Spo didn't call timeout, so the play there was a multiple change of possession after that, so they couldn't do anything about it. So that falls on the Heat for them not taking care of the guy and making sure he was okay because he was on the floor. Like to call timeout when you're. I don't know if that was cut out. We'll just keep going and we'll check later. Call timeout and check on your guy. Let's be real here. But yeah, no, he goes out in the second quarter, and the Heat still keep it close. I think their offense was running a little better with Khalil Ware at the 5 because they were a little bit more free flowing. Bam is a ball stopper. He's a really good player, so that's why the ball stops in his hands. But against the Hornets, you kind of want that ball to keep moving. So, and like they were kind of more, I feel like I don't know the stats on it, but I feel like they are a little bit more of a methodical team. Spo teams usually are more in the half court sets. So that kind of added some. Bam's not old, but added a little bit more youth in the big rotation so they could get it run outs a little more. And plus, Khalil Ware, he went crazy. Like part of the reason they were in it was the Hornets had a lead in the third quarter, and then Khalil Ware had back-to-back blocks, including a snatch block on Miles Bridges. Like caught the ball, like ridiculous. Caught the ball, passed up both plays. He passed up to Andrew Wiggins, who had a run-out dunk. Tyler Hero had a good game. And then Davion Mitchell, wow, he had a great game. It's funny, I parked in the media lot just because I paid to park there because he's also a public lot as well. And the spot I parked in was spot 45. I'm like, watch Davion have a good game. And he did. I took a picture of it after the game. I'm like, of course, I parked in the Davion spot, and he goes crazy. But he's Mr. Playing, kind of like Coby White is. And the Heat, I have nothing but respect for the Miami Heat. They're a great team. They're honestly great to their own detriment because I think that with Spoelstra coaching them so well and them having those kind of dog guys, they're never out. They're never, count them out. They never tank. They never this is their first time in the lottery in forever. And it's going to be better for them that they're in the lottery this year because they can have a pick to either trade or maybe they jump in the lottery. Spoelstra, because he's a good coach and coaches up so well, just has them be mediocre. and mediocres you're never going to succeed. The Hornets are only good now because are on an upswing now because they had a couple of good picks and they bottomed out, so they end up selling the whole team. But new management, new coaches, you got to do that sometimes. I'm not saying you got to fire Spo, but you got to change things up a little bit sometimes, and sometimes you can only do that by bottoming out. So the Hornets were bad for a long time, and I wish they weren't bad for this long, but you needed that. You needed to be mid for a while, or bad for a while, not just be mid. Anyways, now to talk about the Hornets. Wow. Let's quickly go with the bad. Cotton Knuckle not shooting the ball well. Oh, for what, 6 over 7 in the game. He got benched in the fourth. And people were saying he got benched because he wasn't shooting the ball well. Obviously, that's a factor in him getting benched. But he also had some defensive lapses. He had some good defense. He stayed in front of guys like Norman Powell very well. Even Tyler Hero pretty well. A couple moments on Jaime Jaquez. He moved his feet well, stayed in front of the guys well, was playing good defense. But he had a couple of mental errors. Let guys get backdoor cuts. Got beat on fast breaks. Like he was the last guy back. He waited to take off and gave out a couple open dunks on the fast break. Cheated inside too much and left Wiggins for 3. It's kind of cooked him this game. Mostly Wiggins is why. Musa got sealed off on a drive. Khan should have stepped up on a contest, but he stayed with Wiggins instead, give an open layup. There's just rookie mistakes. Plus, people, we talk about it real fast. He went from being in the ACC tournament last year with no group or flag, played his butt off the entire ACC tournament, made it to the Final Four, immediately went to do draft stuff, draft workouts, draft this, draft that. Then went right from the draft. I think it's like 2 weeks later, you're in the summer league. Played the entire summer league, including summer league championship. So played longer in the summer league than anybody else. Then you had your first off season with an NBA team. So after the summer league, the guys are going. He's going to Charlotte and trying to work out with the team. Works out with the team the entire summer. Then preseason basketball, he only missed 1 game all year, played the entire season. He also has a back injury. He's tired. He's got a back injury. Brandon Miller, to a degree, he's got a shoulder and stuff. But Brandon hasn't played this many games in the season before. You can tell he's kind of wearing out a little bit too. He's a little bit more prepared, so he's not affecting him as bad. But Khan's just got to be tired, man, and especially when they've asked him to do so much. Sion and Kalkbrenner, they are both been really good this year, but they haven't been asked to do nearly as much as Khan, especially offensively. And Khan has also been they go at Khan on defense because they see a white shooter and they're like, okay, well, he can't play defense, and they go at him. That's the stigma. You go after JJ Redick. You go after guys like that, you go after, Luke Kennard and, Tyler Hero is a guy they go after. It's just kind of the stigma. You go after the white shooter. Obviously Tyler Hero is more than just a shooter, but that's the stigma. So he's been targeted on defense all year. He's, hitting the most threes this season. He's just tired, man. Plus he's got the back injury. You can tell he's not moving right. He's going to be okay. He's a rookie. This is a good experience for him. He'll be better because of all this. I'm not worried about it. I am just worried that it's going to affect the Magic game. We'll get into that more in a minute. LaMelo Ball was the offense I mentioned a minute ago before we kind of got on a little tangent. He went 2 for 15 or 2 for 16 from 3. Doesn't matter. You didn't feel that in the arena. They might have said it on the broadcast a bunch, but I did not feel that in the arena at all. He felt like every shot he was taking was going in. And I know that sounds crazy because he missed so many shots, but he was creating so much inside for everybody, driving, kicking, just playing just hero ball, especially in the second half. Well, especially the first half, and then in overtime in the fourth quarter. Because he had 25 through 3 or through 2.5 and was just carrying the team. He only ended up with 30, but those last 3 points were pretty phenomenal. But just willing the team the first half, and then Coby White exploding in the third quarter. Coby White, little at you, I don't care. That shot was the greatest shot I've ever seen in my entire life. Just the knowledge to know that you can't get fouled. They're going to try to foul you because they're a good they're a well coached team. You have 12 seconds. You want to get another shot up just in case. So take a shot that's available to you. You take the shot, you make the shot, and you live to see another 5 minutes. The Hornets played good defense on Tyler Hero. Shot rims out at the end. I think they get the ball back with 9 seconds left. So he kind of dribbles the ball down, takes his time, sidestep three, doesn't make it, go to overtime. And it's all Hornets in overtime. All Hornets in overtime. Davion had a couple good shots. Jaime hit a good turnaround, but it was mostly, until 40 seconds left, it was all Hornets. They were by 5. And then the collapse happens. Tyler Hero hits a ridiculous 3, kind of mirroring Coby White inbound to the corner with momentum, leaning, turning, shooting. Hits an incredible 3. And then everyone's going at LaMelo saying, "Oh, he threw the ball away. How can LaMelo do that? He's not a winning player." People made those comments. And that would have been especially the narrative if they didn't win this game. You have 8 seconds across the half-court line. 8 seconds. They got the ball with 23 seconds left, and he threw the ball away 7.5 seconds later. He had to get the ball past that timeline. He had to. Nobody came and helped him. I don't know if that was a coaching error or what have you, but nobody came to help LaMelo. He had to throw the ball away. It wasn't even a bad pass, I think he considered to Sion, but Sion just couldn't hold on to the ball. Was it Pele Larson tipped the ball, and then they drive inside, and then give the ball to Tyler Hero, who runs at the corner, shoots the 3, and he's fouled. That was a soft call in the middle there. If they Hornets had a review, they had timeout. They used their challenge earlier. If they had that challenge, I don't think they would have called a foul. It was close, and I don't think you fouled him. From the replays I saw, I was the opposite corner. The replays I saw didn't look like a foul. I didn't see a lot of good angles, but everyone was saying it wasn't a foul. Hits all 3 free throws. 8.7 seconds left in the game. Hornets have the ball. You just got to score. And LaMelo does that. He goes in. Doug says this all the time. He went in the phone booth. Came out Superman. Took the ball. They had Coby as a second option. Brandon as a third option. That's what Charles Lee was saying. So he had options to kick the ball around. LaMelo drives inside. Goes over the defense. They didn't have Khalil Warren for whatever reason. Hit the layup. And then, credit to the Heat. The Amazon broadcast, if you want to go back and watch the clip, as the Heat have a timeout. I don't have a timeout. It said no timeouts in the arena. They say it on the broadcast too, but the digital display was wrong. The Heat are a well-coached team. They know they got to go. Jaime gets the ball, kicks to Davion immediately. He takes the ball the whole court. And in that moment, I am so sure that they're about to game the Hornets. I'm so sure. I'm like, oh, this is it. All my excitement, I went from way high. Well, I went from high for being up by 5 to just distraught after the Hero free throws, just so high after the Melo shot. And then I immediately see them going down. And I was in that game was won and lost 7 times. They were down late for the first game, in the regulation. They were up in overtime. They were down in overtime, and I thought that they were about to get gamed, and that just was going to be Hornets basketball. It would just have been so Charlotte sports to have Davion hit that layup at the end, and Coby White makes him hesitate going inside because Coby was in the paint. He kind of had to lean a little bit going around the side, and I don't know. I watched replay a bunch. I know Miles for sure blocked it. I think Brandon might have blocked it too, but they were both down there. They pinned it on the glass, and that crowd. I mean, the crowd was great the entire game. But my ears were ringing when I was leaving the arena because of how loud everything was. It was you just I'm getting goosebumps. I don't even see it on the camera. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. It was the energy, the excitement, everything was just beautiful. Shout out Gabe Plotkin, Rick Schnall, Jeff Peterson. You can Charlotte sports, especially the Hornets, are changing so much for the better. And I'm so excited. Now we're one win away from seeing the Pistons after all the fighting, after everything, in a playoff series. So we just have to get through the Magic. The Magic, Franz Wagner got hurt, like a knee or maybe a hip. They didn't have any. I watched the press conference after. Jamal Mosley didn't have any updates on it. I've been looking it up all day. No updates on it. I hope he's okay, just because I don't want to wish injuries on anybody. So I don't want to win a game just because guys are hurt. And I know a whole heck of a lot of teams have beat the Hornets just because they're hurt. So I don't want that. I don't wish that. I don't wish injuries. So I hope he's okay. Plus, he's been hurt all year. And Franz Wagner, he's a great basketball player, great ball player. So I want to see them at full strength. But even at full strength, there's been quotes. There's been anonymous quotes, outright quotes. Like Paulo Banchero is basically saying, "I'm going to request out if you don't fire the head coach," and the head coach is still coaching there. Like they lost by like 40 multiple times this year, 30 multiple times this year. They gave up the largest run in basketball history, 31 points in a row without a basket against the Raptors. The Raptors are good. The Raptors aren't that good. Like they're not 31 points in a row good. Just Paulo Banchero's had a really bad year for his standards. Franz Wagner's good. Desmond Bane he finished the year really strong, but they traded 4 firsts for him this offseason. And through the first, half of the season, people were like, wow, you wasted 4 first-round picks on Desmond Bane. Now he's been arguably the best player since then. So good for Desmond Bane, good for them. But the Hornets just got to win this game. The Hornets, Paulo Banchero, just to say, quote, actually, I want to make sure I say it right. He said, amidst the Hornets, he said the Hornets have kicked our ass this year. In the press conference after losing the Sixers. So like that's his exact quote. They kicked our asses here, and the Hornets have. I mean, they beat them. They're 3-1. The only loss was without Brandon Miller, Grant Williams, or Josh Green. It was let me look. It was October 30th, like the third game of the season, and the Hornets are still figuring it out. Obviously, they're better now, and they played them the day after Christmas. They played them January 22nd and March 19th, and the wins are a 19-point win. It was a 27-point win and a 15-point win. I mean, you dominated them the rest of the year. They've hit a lot of threes. I'm 22, 17, 19. The one that you lost, but you only hit 11. You got to make shots. You got to look good. The Magic, they do have physical defense, which always worries me. The Hornets have come to embrace physicality. They did against the Heat. That was my concern with the Heat, with physicality. If we win this game, is going to be my concern with the Pistons. The Pistons are the most physical team in the NBA, maybe other than the Thunder. I would say they're probably more physical than the Thunder. But the Magic are just so disjointed right now, and I am not saying the Hornets are going to win this game because I have this doom gloom attitude about the Hornets and Charlotte sports in general. Like, I never get my hopes up. It's not worth getting your hopes up. And even if the Hornets do win, I think the Hornets get swept. Maybe they lose in 5 to the Pistons. This isn't about winning a playoff series. This isn't about winning a championship right now. This is about playing meaningful basketball and getting experience. And not just getting experience, like all these young guys, the whole team's young. Like 26 is old for this team. Miles Bridges and Coby White are vets. They'd be middle to young guys than most other teams that are competing right now. It's about getting these young guys experience and also getting experience in the coaching staff. Charles Lee's a first-time head coach. He made some decisions in the playing game I wasn't happy with. It all worked out in the end. I wanted Coby White in the game in the fourth quarter. The Hornets should have won the game in the fourth quarter. But Coby White stayed on the bench for a while. I know he played a lot of the third quarter, but like they went with Con a little long when his offense wasn't there, and it kind of cost him at times. I'm a huge Con guy. I was wearing a Con jersey into the game, but like Charles is gonna have to learn to trust the guys and go with the hot hand at times. So that's gonna be an adjustment in itself. And then also the front office gets to see who's here, who's ready for the moment, and who maybe doesn't step up, and what the team needs. I mean, I think the team needs more size, they need more defense. So you get to see like who steps up, who doesn't step up, what the team needs, what moves you want to make. If you want to wait to make moves, I mean, the Hornets have always wanted a evaluation year to see everybody healthy and together, and they got that, and the team is good. So at least Doug calls him the score four. I'll call him a score four too. And LaMelo, Brandon, Con, and Coby White. You want to put Miles Bridges in that group too. I think if the Hornets do make a move, he is one of the guys in the trade. But we're going to see. Miles Bridges did step up. Miles Bridges had a great game. He's been a good leader for this team. I've been happy with his play the last 20 games. He's not been shot chucking as much. He's been taking the right shots, getting inside, abusing the smaller defenders, hitting open shots when he needs to, and he steps up in big games like he did this last game. Game stealing block. He had a good game. I wish you could cut the game ball in half, give half to Coby White and half to Miles Bridges because those are the guys who deserve the game ball. But job's not finished. To quote Coby, they said the Goga Batati and Wendell Carter, they're fine centers. The Hornets have to win rebounding. I think that John Isaac has been hurt. He was hurt. I don't know if he ended up suiting up for the Sixers game, but he was hurt. That's like length and defense. Anthony Black has had a really good year, so you have to contain him. Like defense on him, you see probably on James on that assignment. You got to play good defense. You got to win the game. There's a world where the Hornets win this game by like 20 points if they play right. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't happen. Not even just like with how scoring's been going. I mean, Con. I know I keep checking this, and I should have had more stats, but I haven't done this in a minute. So Con over the last Con's averaging 15 points. That's so crazy to think about. He's over the last 20 games, Con is averaging 15 points, 15.8 points on 2.9 threes a game made, 37% from three. He's only shooting 85% from the free throw line, 56.5 true shooting. He's averaging 5 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 41% from the field. So I mean, he's averaging like his just average, like he's just down. And like I said, he's just hit a wall. And I was hoping we were gonna see him like the ACC tournament game last year for the Duke. He like Cooper Flag went out and he elevated and he had like a 30-something point game in the ACC. Was a title game or semifinal game. Like he had big games. I was hoping he was gonna step up when the lights got bright, but he didn't. Not saying he can't, but he did in that game. I'm just praying that he wakes up and goes off. Brandon's gonna have to have another good game. LaMelo's gonna have a good game. Well, I would prefer some more efficient shooting. Coby White again, like you need Coby White had like 25, 26. You need that again. Miles Bridges had about the same. You need that again. Like you need everybody to go all balls to the wall. And this is a winnable game, but don't count it as a win. You can't count it as a win. You have to go in. This is a winner go home. This is game 7. You win this game. You fight this another day. You get to see at least 4 more basketball games. I want to see this team play at least 5 more games this season, including that one. So give me that. I would like to see the play, 7 more games, 8 more games. Get a third playoff game in Charlotte this year. That'd be great. Or if you want to count the playing game as a playoff game, give me a 4th one. I want to see at least 6 if we make the playoffs. Because here's the crazy part. I looked it up because I was curious. The Hornets have only hosted. That was the 8th postseason game ever in the Spectrum Center. They were swept in 2010 and 2014, and they went to 7 in 2016. So they had 3 games in 2016 and then 2 and 2 the previous one. So that's 7 plus the 8th in for the last game against the Heat. And now you want to make it 10. You get to your 10th postseason game. So let's just pray for that. Let's hope for the best. I've kind of yapped for a little too long now. I think 35 minutes is a long video for this format. Just by myself just talking. Hopefully I get some more guests on. Hopefully I end up on a walk-on episode after the season's over. So get some more reps there too. But I plan on making more videos as life is. I'm catching up to my new jobs and everything, and I'm feeling a little more comfortable doing that. But thank you so much for watching. Maybe I'll make a reaction video after the playing game, win or loss. I'm off Saturday, so win or loss, I can talk about it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Evan Hale. Go follow Locked On Hornets. If you follow me and you saw I don't follow them, please go follow them. I work really hard to make sure those videos come out good. Obviously, they do the hard work. I just do the extra work. So shout out Doug, shout out Walker there. Go follow Everyone's Box Score. I do my writing there. It's a subscription, and we break down every Hornets game. And if you miss a game or you want extra breakdown, we're your guys for that. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, do all the things. Follow my Twitter as well. Links are all those links are gonna be down below. My name is Evan Hale. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.